this is your boy the Duck coming at you from the range today. Out here shooting some B-roll footage for some gun reviews coming up. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. But while I was sitting here loading some magazines, figured I'd talk with you guys for a minute. One of the big things I get asked a lot, and you know, some of my students that are a little bit more gun savvy or, you know, on the breaking edge of firearms, why don't I shoot a lot of red dot? All right, and I do have a couple guns with red dots. I got a couple Glocks. One of my Staccatos has a red dot. Hell, a couple of my Nighthawks are cut for the red dot, but I don't use it. One of the main reasons I don't shoot red dot is because 99% of my students are shooting iron sights. And there was something that was kind of told to me early on in my instructing career. One of my courses, I took kind of an instructor development course. And it was, you know, kind of around the concept of, you know, don't show students what you can do, show them what they can do. And it's something I kind of took to heart. And don't get me wrong, like, I enjoy shooting some of my nicer guns, and, you know, I do shoot a lot of my nicer guns when I'm teaching classes and stuff like that. But I like to show them that it's still capable even with iron sights. You know, and sometimes people think, you know, well, yeah, of course you can hit that target at, you know, 15, 20, 30 feet because, you know, you're using, you know, red dot. Well, not if I'm using iron sights. You know, even if I'm using my Staccato or one of my Nighthawks or one of my 1911s, you know, if it's still running just basic iron sights, it gives me a little bit more relation to what they're using. You know, and that's something that I think a lot of people, you know, kind of, you know, as instructors or gun people, we get really caught up in having the latest and greatest gear. And don't get me wrong, I have my moments of that as well. But one of the other things that, you know, again, I like to show my students is it can be done. You know, and if I'm able to draw from a holster that has retention, work a safety with iron sights and get rounds on target, they should be able to do so when they're running a level 1 holster and, you know, running a Glock with no safety and stuff like that. And again, that's, you know, people argument equipment and, you know, oh, you know, and even I've made that statement, you know, you can buy performance, you can't buy skill, you can buy performance. But at the end of the day, I still got to have my skills. You know, I still got to be able to do what I do. So again, that's just something I wanted to answer. You know, I get a lot of students, and I've even seen a couple comments on a couple things that I've posted, you know, why am I not, you know, using red dot, you know, because I have all these, you know, high-end guns. Why not use red dots? And the other honest reason, I just like iron sights. You know, I'm kind of reassessing how I use iron sights. I think a lot of what we're doing with red dots is kind of changing the game a little bit. You know, we're not as committed to that equal height, equal light that we used to be years ago. But again, I try to, you know, stay with iron sights mainly for the most part. That 99% of my students, I mean, hell, in the past year of teaching security courses, I think I've maybe had 2 students with red dots. So again, I try to stay relevant with what my students have. So again, just wanted to get on here, you know, don't get too caught up in your equipment, you know. Don't get me wrong, I know I like a lot of my high-end stuff and people are going to call me out on that, but reality of it is you still got to be able to perform, you know. And even when I come to the range, you know, I have students that, you know, oh, well, you know, oh yeah, because your gun you're using. I'm like, well, hand me your gun. And I'll shoot the same drill or do whatever they want me to do with their gun. You know, and yeah, maybe I'm a second slower or this, that, whatever, but at the end of the day, you should be able to perform under any conditions. And maybe this is kind of more of a tip for instructors more than anything. But definitely be mindful of that. You know, whatever equipment you're using, be confident with it. But I did want to kind of answer why I don't shoot a lot of red dots and why I'm not big on the red dot train. I mean, I taught for probably 10 years before red dots really started becoming relevant. And maybe I am an old dog that doesn't want to learn a new trick, but at the end of the day, I like what I like. And I'm able to do what I need to do with iron sights, so that's why I use iron sights. So hope that answers that question for you, and y'all be safe. Take care. This is your boy the Duck saying quack quack. Take care.